Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.
What's going on? It's Huggie Pacino with another video. Look, I've had about enough of this Black Mermaid, crap. I think that the Black Mermaid is a waste of time. I think it's a waste of energy. It's a waste of an argument. Especially when I think about two particular films that black people really didn't support. The Ben Carson story was an excellent movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. starred in the movie. It didn't get a whole lot of support. Jimi Hendrix was another movie that didn't get a lot of support. Andre 3000 played that role. Wasn't heavily promoted either. So let's just get deeper to the fact that amongst many things that we could be talking about black characters, or as we call black Hollywood, or Hollywood in general, that needs to support something, do we not understand that Disney, and now granted, a lot of these, superheroes and comic book characters, such as, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. I'm under the impression that Marvel is somewhat connected to Disney or DC as well. But anyway, what I will say is this. We're sitting up here arguing about a Black Mermaid when we got numerous things that, we can have as far as black characters that need to be brought to life. First being Bumblebee, all right? Let's read about Bumblebee. Bumblebee, real name Karen Beecher Duncan, a fictional character existing in the DC Comics main shared universe. She is a member of the Teen Titans and the Doom Patrol. First appearing in Teen Titans number 45 in 1976, Karen adopted the Bumblebee identity 3 issues later. Historically, Bumblebee is sometimes considered DC's first black woman superhero character, though this distinction is also accorded to Nubia, Wonder Woman's twin sister, and a less traditional costume crime fighter than Bumblebee, who debuted in 1973. Here's Bumblebee. Anyway, you can get a young girl to play that role. Let's bring that to life. Or make that like a series. Anyway, Spawn. Now, even though Michael Jai White played Spawn in 1997, it would be nice to see it like revamped. I mean, Michael Jai White is in excellent shape. How old is Michael Jai White, by the way? Before I continue talking about this. Not Martin Sheen. Michael. Michael's 51. Man, dude was in excellent shape. You know what I'm saying? He still looked like he's at least 30-something, 40 if at the fucking least. But Spawn, let me show you how much money it made. With a $45 million budget, only made $87.8 million. That's horrible. But this was 1997. I get it. Was it rated R? Let me see. Maybe it was rated R. Let me see here. Here we go. What was the rating of the movie? How would I get this information? Fuck it. We gotta go. Give me a second. Spawn. I'm spelling it all wrong. Haha, Spawn is gonna be in the MK11. Yo, that's gonna be dope. See, even in video games they do that. But anyway, I think it was rated R. I want to be correct on that because it's hard for rated R. So what we could probably do is kind of like try our best to like quote unquote water it down, but that's not a good thing to do. Anyway, so back to Spawn. Spawn, played by Michael Jai White, American superhero film based on a comic book character of the same time, directed and co-written by Mark A.Z. DePay. The film stars Michael Jai White in the title role and is one of the first films to feature an African-American actor portraying a major comic book superhero. Spawn depicts the origin story of the title character, beginning with the murder of soldier Al Simmons. He is resurrected as Spawn, the reluctant, demonic leader of Hell's army, and he ultimately refuses to lead the army in the war against heaven and turns away from evil. The film co-stars John Leguizamo as the Violator, Al's demonic guide, and Nicole Williamson as Al's mentor. Calirostro. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. Forgive me. In his final film role, Marty Sheen, Teresa Randall, and D.B. Sweeney, Melinda Clark, and Frank Welker also stars in the film. It was released in the United States in 1997. It grossed $87 million worldwide against its production budget, $45 million, but received generally negative reviews from critics. The film was Williamson's final film appearance before his death in 2011. There go another one. Amanda Walker. If you've seen Suicide Squad, you've seen her being played by none other than Viola Davis. Amanda Waller is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by DC. The character first appeared in Legends #1 in 1986 and was created by John Ostrander, Lin Wayne, John Byrne, and Archer. Amanda Waller is an antagonist and occasional ally to the superheroes of the DC universe. Amanda Waller is an ambivalent character in the DC universe. She is the director of the deadly missions of the Suicide Squad and a specialist who oversees research into people with powers. I can get some water in me. Although she lacks superpowers herself, the character is a ruthless, high-ranking government official who uses guile, political connections, and sheer intimidation to achieve her goals, often in the name of national security. Waller is commonly associated with the fictional government agencies Checkmate and Argus. And this character has been played by many people in the past, like Angela Bassett and Pam Grier. See Suicide Squad, and pretty much you can see here, this is Viola Davis in the movie Suicide Squad. It'd be nice to see her, get like a movie role. Moon Girl. Now, since we want to talk about young kids and, a young teen playing a black mermaid, why not bring Moon Girl to life? Moon Girl. Lunel Lafayette is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. Lunella is a 9-year-old African-American girl who was described as the smartest character in the existing Marvel universe. I'm going to say it again. Is a 9-year-old African-American girl who was described as the smartest character in the existing Marvel universe, somewhat replacing Moon Boy. She is paired up with Devil Dinosaur, with whom she shares a mental link due to being inhumane. Alright, so as we can see here, this is a picture of Moon Girl. Of course, why are we going to make a movie of a character that's the smartest black girl in the Marvel universe? Nah, we're not going to do that. I'm also doing another video about music and black women, but I'll talk about that another time. Anyway, Static. Everybody that grew up like me, you watched Static Shock as a kid. This is something that we could get to. Static is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics. The character, a creation of Milestone Comics founder Dwayne McDuffie, Dennis Cowan, and Michael Davis and Derek Dingle, was initially written by Michael McDuffie and Robert L. Washington III and illustrated by John Paul Leon. Static's first appearance was made in Static's #1 in 1993 of June. In a modern age of comic books, born Virgil Ovid Hawkins, he is a member of the fictional subspecies of humans and subhumans abilities known as the metahumans. Not born with his powers, Hawkins' ability developed after an incident exposed him to radioactive chemicals. This event renders him capable of electromagnetic control and generation. So as you can see here, the character drew much inspiration and was in fact designed to represent a modern era Spider-Man archetype. After the closing of the Milestone comic, Static was incorporated to the DC universe and became a member of the Teen Titans. Of course, it would be nice if we can go back to Shit. I'm losing focus. Bumblebee and Static. Why not, right? Anyway, now that we got that out the way, next character. Anybody that's seen Luke Cage, we know about the fine ass Misty Knight. The one with the bionic arm. Yeah, we remember her. Anyway, and I hate that they canceled Luke Cage. I don't even know the purpose in that. I don't know if it has something to do with ratings, support, or whatever, but they canceled Luke Cage. But this is a character that they can do a spinoff of if we get behind and support that while we supporting a Black Mermaid. Vixen. They have a web series of Vixen, you know, from CW. Pretty much is, to me, you know, CW has Black Lightning and all these different things, but can we get this on a grand scale? Why not, right? Vixen, also known as DC Comics Vixen, is an American animated web series from executive producers Greg Berlanti, Mark Guggenheim, and Andrew Kreisberg, which debuted in August 25th of 2015 on CW's online streaming platform, CWC. You see what we do? What we do is we have shit that could represent us on a grand scale. They put us on a small platform where they let us stream on a website where not many people are really going to know about it. How many people really knew about this? I didn't. This was 4 years ago they started this. I don't even know if it's still going on. But anyway, it is based on a DC Comics character, Mari McCabe, Vixen, a costume superhero crime fighter with the power to mimic the abilities of any animal that has ever lived on the earth. The series is set in the Arrowverse, in the same fictional universe as Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow, all a part of the DC universe. In 2016, the series was renewed for a second season, which premiered October 13, 2016. So apparently this is over. You see, and the runtime was only a 7-minute series. 7? You serious? Man, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, another one. Now, these are 3 particular people that I thought of off the bat. John Henry Clark needs a biopic. Most people don't know who John Henry Clark is. Well, let me inform you on who John Henry Clark is. Was an African-American historian, professor, and pioneer in the creation of the Pan-African and Africana studies, and professional institutions and academia started in the late 1960s. All right, he was born in January 1st, 1915, in Union Springs, Alabama. The youngest child of John, a sharecropper, and Willie Ella Clark, a washerwoman, who died in 1922. With the hopes of earning enough money to buy land rather than sharecrop, his family moved to the closest mill town, Columbus, Georgia. Counter to his mother's wishes for him to become a farmer, Clark left Georgia in 1933 by freight train and went to Harlem, New York, as a part of the great migration of rural blacks from the South to northern cities. There he pursued scholarship and activism. He renamed himself as John Henrik, after rebel Norwegian playwright Henrik Ibsen, and added an E to his surname, spelling it Clark. He also joined the U.S. Army during the World War II. All right. You want to get into more information about his career, the Harlem Renaissance, you can go into all of that. You know what I'm saying? You get to know more about John Henry Clark. I don't know why black people that got money in Hollywood, like Tyler Perry for that example, why Tariq Nasheed, all these different people who actually do got money. Can we do a movie about John Henry Clark? Another person, Marcus Garvey, Jamaican publisher. Let's get into more information about Mr. Marcus Garvey. All right. Was a Jamaican-born political activist, publisher, journalist, and entrepreneur and orator. He was the founder and first president general of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, all right, and African Communities League, all right, commonly known as UNIA, ideologically a black nationalist and Pan-Africanist. His ideas came to be known as Garveyism. Garvey was born to a moderately prosperous Afro-Jamaican family in the St. Anne's Bay colony of Jamaica, and apprenticed into the print trade as a teenager. Working in Kingston, he became involved in trade unionism before working briefly in Costa Rica and Panama and England. Returning to Jamaica, he founded UNIA in 1914. In 1916, he moved to the United States and established the UNIA branch of Harlem. All right, so basically we have two people in history who left and went to New York and made names and made a stepping stone for Black history in general. But let's continue. Emphasizing unity between Africans and African diaspora. He campaigned for an end to European colonial rule across Africa and the political unification of the continent. He envisioned a unified Africa as one-party state and that would exact laws to ensure Black racial purity. Although he never visited the continent himself, he was committed to Black Back to Africa movement, arguing that many African Americans should migrate there. UNIA grew in membership, and Garvey's ideas became increasingly popular. However, in Black separatist views, and his collaboration with the white racist group like the Ku Klux Klan to advance their shared interests in racial separatism, divided Garvey from other prominent African-American civil rights activists such as W.E.B. Du Bois, who promoted racial integration. If you want to get into more information about that, you can go deep into it, like the People's Political Party, League Nations, National Heroes part, and all that, the Rastafari and National Islam and all this. Yeah, but anyway, you want to get into all that, we can read into that. Basquiat. Most people don't know about Basquiat. All right, was an influential American artist of Haitian and Puerto Rican descent. Basquiat first achieved fame as part of Samo, an informal graffiti duo who wrote enigmatic epigrams in the cultural hotbed of the Lower East Side of Manhattan during the 1970s, where rap, punk, and street art coalesced. I'm assuming that's how you say that word. In the early hip hop culture, by the 1980s, his neo-expressionist paintings were being exhibited in galleries and museums internationally. The Whitney Museum of American Art held a retrospective of his art in 1992. Basquiat also focused on suggestive dichotomies such as wealth versus poverty, integration versus segregation, and inner versus outer experiences. He appropriated poetry, drawing, and paintings, and married texts and images, abstractions, figurations, and historical information mixed with contemporary critique. All right, used as commentary in the paintings. And if you want to read more about Basquiat, he died in 1988, young age, 27. He's in the 27 club. So for those who want to know about him, you can also read about him as well. His paintings went for like millions and millions of dollars in auctions and everything. So now, funny thing about a Frederick Douglass biopic. This is what I want to talk about last. Barack and Michelle Obama to produce Frederick Douglass biopic in upcoming state of films projects. Now, let me pause the music on this. A lot of people are not going to sit here and understand clearly. These people are not who you think who they are. They're not who they think you are. They're not who they're not who you think they are. That's what I meant to say. Michelle to your left is not Michelle. It's a man. I don't care what nobody says. As a matter of fact, the kids that they show you, they're not even their kids. Look up Marty Nesbitt. Marty Nesbitt, those are his children. Obama's is his partner. We can go deep into all of this information about how this is all a staged, staged thing. But like I said, they give black people this, and I want to be like Michelle and Obama, and Michelle and Barack, and blah 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 blah. Listen, what the hell? I didn't ask for that. Frederick Douglass, the first black man nominated for vice president of the United States will have his life story told through the lens of Barack and Michelle Obama, the first black president and first lady. I'm about to throw up. Y'all want to read that shit? Read that shit. It's on Diversity Inc. You know what I'm saying? Go to whatever. Y'all want to read this shit? I'll read this shit. It was announced on Tuesday that the Barack Obama's Higher Ground Productions is producing a film adaptation of author David W. Blight, Frederick Douglass' Prophet of Freedom, for which he won the 2019 Pulitzer Prize in History. Douglass, 1895, an influential figure in American history, escaped slavery and became a leading abolitionist, formative writer, and stirring orator, statesman, and photography theorist. And I'm like, yo, now check out what Michelle, quote unquote, Michael, said. We love this state because it spans so many different inches. Let me do it in her voice, the real voice. We love this state because it spans so many different interests and experiences. Yet, it's all woven together with stories that are relevant to our daily lives. We think there's something here for everyone. Moms and dads, curious kids, and anyone simply looking for an engaging, uplifting watch at the end of a busy day. We can't wait to see these projects come to life and the conversations they will generate. I'm about to throw up. Anyway, check this out. Not to mention, why not do a movie about W.E.B. Du Bois? Aretha Franklin, my mom's favorite singer. Why not do a movie about her? Kathy Johnson. Got a movie. You can do a movie about Duke Ellington. I'm just saying, there's so many things that you could do out here when it comes to black characters, and we worrying about a black mermaid in Disney, of all places. As a matter of fact, you want to make a black mermaid movie? Come up with your own idea for a black mermaid and then just make that movie. Anyway, is that it? Ain't no more to it. What y'all think?
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.
Chicken and corn.
You want something to eat? I live for this shit.
Why you stay a business, boy?